Today, let me share with you the 10 reasons I love property investing. Hi, my name is Tony Law from Your First Four Houses, and I teach people how to build a small property portfolio that generates a great income for them, so they can give up the day job if they wish, because they're now financially free. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of the free content that I give you each and every week. So about 3 years ago, I did a video on why I love property investing, and I thought it was long overdue to update that video because many of the reasons that were in the original video have changed. So I thought I'd share my top 10 reasons why I personally love property investing and why I'd love you to start building your own portfolio. So the first reason is people will always need a place to live. This is the case no matter where you're based in the country. There is usually going to be an over demand for accommodation and an undersupply, and that's pretty much across most strategies that are out there. Admittedly, with some there is some oversaturation in some areas, but generally speaking there's a far greater demand than there is a supply. I can buy property below market value. Now the truth is I never used to believe that this is possible, but I've done it now many times, buying property 20, 25, 30, 35, even as much as 40% below market value in my area. Admittedly, you've got to work hard to find those deals, but they are out there. I have the ability to add massive value to many types of properties. Now you've got to go out there and look for these types of deals, and I'm not talking about a lick of paint, I'm talking about massive tangible value over and above what it costs you to add that value. But those deals are out there. I bet there's something fantastic within a mile's radius of where you live. You just haven't found it yet, so go out and look for those types of deals. I can use leverage to fund part of my deal. Now, of course, I'm fully aware of the huge tax changes that have happened in our property world. But the truth is, you can still effectively use leverage to finance parts of your deal. And that's something that you can't do with many other types of investing strategies. You need to speak to your accountant so you minimize tax, and in particular, the whole Section 24 issue. So do that, have that conversation, but you can use leverage to finance parts of your deals. You do not need big funds to get started. The truth is, you can actually start with no money at all, and there are lots of ways that you can do that. And certainly in my course, in my online property masterclass program, I teach you all of those different types of strategies. But honestly, you can invest with either no funds or limited funds. You have to use certain types of strategies, but you can do it. It is possible. By the way, if you're finding this video in any way helpful, I would love it if you could just take a moment just to click on that like button. It really helps me if that's okay. There are two long-term ways to make a profit from property. Obviously, the first of these is cash flow. Every deal you do should be cash flowing and putting money in your pocket each and every month. And the second way is, now I know property is a bit of a roller coaster, prices go up and down, but over the longer term, I personally am really quite confident that capital growth is going to be a really positive reason as to how I make profit on my portfolio. Unlike with most jobs, your property business can be fully hands-off. You don't actually have to be present to actually make money. It's not like going to do a job, which of course is what most people do. They kind of do a job, they work all their lives, very hard, long hours each week. But with property, you don't have to do that. You can have a very profitable property business and be completely hands-off. There's a huge variety of investments available to you. You can invest in single lets, you could have HMOs, you could have serviced accommodation, you could kind of go down a developing route, you could use property options to control properties and then do something with them. Honestly, there are so many different strategies available to you. Insider trading is legal. Now, I picked this up from another YouTuber, I have to be really honest with you, but I thought it was a really good example, biggerpockets.com, you should check them out. But the truth is, insider trading is a legal way to actually do business. What do I mean by that? Well, if you learned something about a certain type of stock, if you were to actually act on that and it wasn't common knowledge, technically that would be illegal, as I understand it, although I'm certainly not an expert in this area. But with property, if you learn that a new employer is moving into an area, you can actually take action and invest immediately around where that employer is going to be. Or maybe it's a new transport link or something like that. You can take action and invest around the area. And as a direct result, almost certainly benefit from the long-term uplift in value. And lastly, property investing isn't new. It's worked for millions of people over the past century. I think we all know, don't we, that the super rich, generally speaking, tend to have some investments in property. I mean, over the longer term, wouldn't you want to have your money in bricks and mortar? In my opinion, it just makes total sense. So there you go. There's my top 10 reasons as to why I love property investing and will continue to do so over the longer term. But I would love to know what it is that you find attractive about property. If you can take a moment to comment in the box below, I would really love that, and I'll look forward to reading those comments. I put together a 50-point checklist for you that will run you through all the steps that you need to take before buying that next investment property. Simply click the link here or in the description box below to download your copy today.